This episode of the podcast is brought to you by the UK's #1 coral selling website, prestigereef.co.uk and reefdog.etsy.com for all your 3D printed aquarium accessory needs. What's up, YouTube? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Prestige Reef Talk Show. Today, we're going to be talking about, I've discovered accidentally, some of the great discoveries in history were accidentally discovered. I think penicillin was. I might be making that up. I seem to remember that from school. Mold or something like that, yeah. And this is, I'm not saying I'm on the same level as the person who's discovered penicillin, whose name I've forgotten.
But it's close.
It's she's like getting up there towards me, but in years to come, people like I've just demonstrated, people will have forgotten her name, but they'll still remember Reef Dork for discovering the secret to crystal clear water. And look how over my shoulder, right? Look how clear that is. That water is unbelievable. Even in this like blurred video, it's.
See, I actually don't know what you're talking about. As in, I don't know what this. I didn't even ask what this is. So I'm going to learn something too today. So
you're going to be excited.
I'm intrigued by what it could be.
Yeah. But anyway, before we get on to that, we need to chat about stuff in general. I brought back the What's Up YouTube start because I feel like I watched the last one back, and it feels really flat when I'm just like, yes, good evening. This is the 7 o'clock news. My name is Alex. Yeah. So it's back. How you been? What's going on?
Not bad. Same as usual at the moment. It's just I do have a couple of things to show you, which are interesting because there were a couple of fish in my week which I've never seen before. So I thought I'll show you. But with regards to the Waterbox is exactly the same as always. I am still not willing to do anything with it. But that time is changing because the farm literally has like no holes left in the frag racks. It is so packed that I have now got new frag racks and I am leaning them up against the wall so that the corals are vertical to put and the plugs are obviously sticking out of that. And that's purely because obviously for Aqua, it's my life is just it's just like sleep, wake up, frag corals, sleep, wake up, frag corals. It's literally like that at the moment because the plan is to probably take. I think it was about 1,000 last time. I think the plan is to take double, so the plan is to take 2,000. So although we didn't sell out last time, there were the corals which were left over were sort of like meh corals, if you see what I mean. You know, when it like
Mantis or
just like maybe like a green Leptoceras, for example. Something which is not like super special. Interesting. It's like I didn't have a torch coral left over. I never took any frog spawns or hammers home. I didn't take any like dragon soul favia. So this year I'm focusing. Obviously, last year I was given a very short amount of time notice because I only signed up in like at the end of July, I think, and it was like July, August, September. Whereas I've been planning this for months now. So as I find corals which are like sort of special, I am frag them and I'm keeping them for the show. For example, I think I've got like 50 pieces of Dragon Soul Favia, and that always sells.
Oh yeah, that's a nice coral.
That is a nice coral. And so last year I might have had like 2 pieces of it. So I will be taking a much larger portion of much nicer corals this time. And the plan is I want to sell out. So it's we'll see. The reason I want to sell out is because I don't have to bring them all home. Because it's even just bringing one tray back, you still have to put them all back in the farm, if you see what I mean. And when you get back at like 11:30 at night, that is the last thing you want to be doing.
Yeah.
So
I just need to interrupt quickly.
oh yeah,
It was Alexander Fleming who discovered penicillin. I was thinking of
not a
Marie
woman.
Curie. No, who was discovered radiation or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. But I meant the point is everyone's forgot him. Everyone, not just me for 2 seconds. Everyone.
Yeah.
So I'd say basically this is so you're going to be taking more corals. I was going to put this in news, but I'm going to talk about it now anyway, because there was another announcement for Aqua H, which is
I saw this. I shared this.
Yeah, Aquatic Emporium are going. So this is my local fish shop, and the second closest shop to me. They have got. We've talked about them before. They've got billions of corals. Like you walk in. And you have to like sideways shuffle around because there's just so many corals there. Yeah. They have got some really nice stuff. They will bring stuff that is not just green leptospermia red monster.
Oh yeah. Just so when I bring some of that, you're like, no, not for me.
Yeah, but so there's I know at least 2 vendors who are going to have some nice stuff basically.
Yeah,
and like stuff you don't see everyday stuff.
Yeah. Someone's asking about the auction website. I'll get you in a second. So with regards to the stand for Aqua, I'm actually having a 50-50 stand because I've got to double the stand size this time. I decided the backdrop for that stand, half of it is going to be Prestige Reef and half of it is going to be coralauctions.co.uk to because what better place to advertise it than when there's like 7,000 people there. Yeah. And I thought I'd be missing a trick if I didn't do it. So the website, with regards to when people can upload corals, it is now getting very, very close. Because I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I told you this or not, because I only found out on Friday. News. We have solved the problem with the payment system where it was sending me the money rather than sending the money. So that is like an absolutely massive, this was the thing that Stripe couldn't solve, the website people couldn't solve, Rachel couldn't solve.
What was the problem? I bet someone hadn't turned the button on or something really simple.
I'll tell you afterwards. It's
boring.
I don't want people to know, if you see what I mean, at this moment in time. So
interesting.
But it's only because it's one of the, what is it? The mechanics of the website needs to be changed, and it is being changed, but it's not being done yet. So that's all it is. But it's It's close now.
Give me a time scale.
Rachel won't like this. I reckon that within the next couple of weeks, I reckon it will be fine. But what I'm going to say, within the next couple of weeks, a small group of tester people will be able to do it. So I might ask you and say, look, do you want to sell some corals? I might ask one shop because I don't want to have loads of people, all different random people. Remember how we tested it and there was a few issues with me selling at first and stuff like that. And then we fixed those issues. I need a couple of people just to try it and for it to work. And then I can go to everyone. So with regards to who those people are, I'm not sure. I actually considered Moss End. I spoke to Bruce at the, because I saw him at the wholesaler on Friday. And I just said, but the only problem because obviously Bruce would be fine, and I know Ed would be fine if there was a couple of issues, and because you know each other. I also thought Jamie was the other person because he's got a few scholars at the moment, just on a small scale. But I just and I don't want to teach anyone how to use it because I'm not going to be teaching the mass of people how to use it. I want people to just try it and see how it works. And people have been uploading corals, and I've been taking them down. So people have been working out how to do it. If you see what I mean?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
So, but it's exciting because this is what the website was for. This is what I have been we've been working towards, and I just it will make it so much better, and also it will take the pressure off me to upload 100 corals every single week.
yeah, totally.
So, because they're just about to start ending. I got some nice corals up at the moment: Scullies, Trackies, Gonnies. Are you having a little peek?
I am, but again, you know what I'm like with.
You don't like auctions. You want to come by in person.
No. Yeah.
I've not seen Trackies actually at the wholesale for a long time. I'm assuming these must be from Eastern Australia because obviously the Western Australia ones are the ones that you can't get hold of.
Reef Keeper had half a dozen in this weekend.
Not
spectacular, but but nice, and they're kind of greeny with some other colours.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I was there literally with Bruce picking at the same time.
Same ones, yeah.
So
they just had some unusual stuff this week, actually, for the first time in a while. New stuff. They've always got good stuff dotted around anyway, but new stuff in generally, it's not often they get special stuff, and they've got quite a lot of special stuff. I would describe as special stuff.
I think they had
a special week.
They had an Australian shipment basically, I think.
Right.
And I think Australia is where you get some of the nicer stuff from. So
yeah.
But as I said, I've seen a few trackies here and there, but that was like 30 of them, whereas normally you see like 2. So yeah, it's good. It's nice because they're one of the corals that people really like. They're one of my favorite corals, but they're one of the ones that's the hardest to get hold of. So, but yeah. So while on the topic of being at the wholesaler, I have sent you a video, or I've sent you a link, haven't I? Because there was one fish which I think is worth showing to people, because I'd never seen this before, and I was so tempted to buy it for myself. Like, so tempted. Is the link working?
It is. I'm gonna. So if you're watching this either on the video podcast or now, obviously on YouTube.
Too bad.
Thinking, oh wow, this is exciting. I'm going to manage your expectations.
Yeah.
This is one of the most boring, funky fish I've ever seen in my life.
Look, it's just something a bit different. It's an aberrant bicolor angelfish. I'd not seen one before.
1% different, but this is
it actually, when you see it in real life, it actually has some like dots on the yellow, which are like orange.
No way.
Yeah, I know you're not interested in it.
Look at that. Oh.
It's quite unusual to see fish that have. Look, I thought it was cool. I was tempted to buy it myself, but bicolor angels are assholes, so there was no chance I was going to put that.
Well, aggression, not all corals or both.
Both with corals and with other angels, and obviously I have a few other angels. Also, I have a few other centropyge angels, which is what that is. So it's not worth the risk for me. If it was like an aberrant flame angel, I'd risk it, if you see what I mean. But for a bicolor, not so much.
What do you guys think of that? That to me is just, it's cool, but it's I take
Les likes it.
Do you guys think it's awesome, okay, or
my multi-bar, multi-bar almost always have stripes, don't they? Like, as in this complete like stripes. My one is stripe Y shape, and then stripe. So the front of it has a Y on one side.
Isn't your tiger stripe X?
Yeah, it has an X on it. Yes.
Yeah. You're trying to make an alphabet.
Yeah, basically. I just thought it was funny. Chris, Stacey and Chris, who I know is Chris. Yeah, I know who that is. That's Chris. He comes to the coral farm. That is not disgusting.
It is. Yeah.
So
defective. Exactly. You take it back. You'd be like,
that means any of those koi tangs, which are all like weird colors, or the the aberrant or the tricolor tangs, where they're like Scopus tangs with the green on them. They're all just a bit defective, aren't they? But I just thought it was cool.
The Scopus tangs with a bit of green on them, it looks like someone spilt a tin of paint on them, and they just, like, some of them look amazing. Like the ones Polo Reef ends up with, they look cool. But most of them, you see them in your, like, every now and then I'll see one in a shop, and they're like $2,000, and it's just like, if
that
you're
one
buying
wouldn't
that,
have been $2,000. It would have been it would be maximum, and this is on the higher end. The reason I'm saying this is because a shop will buy it and they can put whatever price for it. So maximum would be like, actually I don't want to say because I didn't buy it. But That's what I'm saying. It will be. I assume it will be less than £1,000 and probably less than 800. I don't.
How much is a standard one?
Like, I don't actually know anymore.
I don't know.
I've not even seen well, obviously I don't get to go to shops anymore, do I?
No, and I don't tend to pay attention to the price
on a bit. It says 39 to 49. So
wow, 50 quid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cheap.
But I think that's cheap. I think so. On the price of fish online is usually like a third or cheaper than buying them. But obviously you have to add the cost of shipping, don't you? But I've noticed that the shop prices of fish and the same fish from the same supplier from Abyss or Aqua Group or something like that is usually about a third cheaper. So, but they also have to ship it, and there's like a £40 shipping charge. So that bicolor is actually 70 quid
100.
rather than or 100. Yeah.
Or
So
yeah.
yeah. So that is that's one of the cool fish that I saw there. The other one was a type of hawkfish, which I sent to you, but I can't remember. I need to 1 second. I need to find that. I can look it up for you because I was going to look it up before. But...
you sent me it on WhatsApp, I think.
Yeah, I just need to look at the name so you can Google it. Obviously, you don't show the one I've sent you, but
yeah.
And the reason this is interesting is because it is literally tagged as there is only one of these in Europe. That's not quite the case because this is what it is. It is a is it Pelixia? Pelicier hawk.
Cier. Pelicier.
There you go. Hawkfish.
Call the
police. Now I have never seen one of these before, and the reason you went you don't look at the price. These are
just saw the price. No, I did just
What is the price of them out of interest? Because
there's a website called rockandcritters.co.uk, and they that angel, I've forgotten already, for £58.
Yeah.
This for 1,798 quid, £2,000 basically.
I think that is an out of date price because I don't think that's anywhere near what it would be today. Yeah.
You will be more.
It will be a lot more, I think. Okay. A lot more. They are I mean, it's like look, it's cool looking.
Yeah.
It is cool.
It's like a posh pygmy perchlet, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true, to be fair.
I might prefer the pygmy perchlet. No, I think he is cool. He looks like he's got a big mouth. Yeah, but he's got a yellow hairdo. He's blonde, and blondes have more fun. So there's that.
I've heard that before.
He's got a yellow ear as well, which is kind of cool, and white on his like a white back. It's a cool fish. I'm not about to get my dust off my wallet and hand over several £1,000s for one, but it is
cool. Come out of your wallet, doesn't it? When you open your wallet,
like that.
Actually, that's not even true. If it's for camera equipment, like you've got an automatic payment system for it.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm considering upgrading this camera. And so I said a couple of months ago, I said something about a microphone, and someone was like, "Oh, I bet Reef Dork will upgrade his microphone next." And I was like, "No, I don't need to." And as soon as the live stream finished, I was like, "I could get this," and and I might at some point. Anyway, if it's a camera, no problem. But a Pelicier hawkfish.
I just thought what I thought about doing is I thought about like taking note if I see something cool to show people on the live stream, because there's cool stuff. There's cool stuff all the time, but I never sort of think I must remember that to show you. They actually also had a hybrid Tinker's butterflyfish there. I didn't see it. That's the only so it was there, and they came because I asked where it was, and then they came back later and went, "Oh, it's over in this section. It's in this tank over here. Go have a look." And then I forgot to go have a look. So there is a Tinker's butterflyfish are one of the more expensive butterflies, I believe. But I don't know what it looks like as a hybrid. So
there's a Tinker's. Reef Builders had an article on a Tinker's Burgess hybrid. Burgess is the same group, the Roops group of butterflies, but it's not as cool. And that to me looks a lot like a Burgess with a little bit of a streak of Tinkers. Yeah. So if it's that, then no thanks. I love the Tinkers. I think it's a really cool.
I didn't even know what one looked like. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
They're cool. I like them. I don't know if I'd have one. Well, they're not reef safe. So I found an article a while ago. I think I found it through Ultimate Reef that talked about these fish, the Burgess butterfly, and there was another one as well. They're part of the Roops group of butterfly. Remember that name. And the theory was, I think they're deep water or something like that. And the theory was that Roops butterflies are reef safe. Yeah. But it turns out that's not true. It will eat coral. Or not will, but there's a good chance. So
that's a risk with most butterflies, isn't it?
What's the other one, guys? It's this yellow. It's I think it's almost cooler than the Tinkers. It's like a Burgess, but it's got more yellow in it. Oh God.
Do you know what angelfish I would have picked up if I saw it there? 100%. Have you seen a solar flare flame angel? It's a flame angel which is missing its stripes. Oh, so, really? And you're going to go, I don't like it. I prefer the original. But
Sorry,
it's just a cool fish. In my
I'll come on to that in a sec. This is the Mitratus. That's the same group of fish. They're cool. I think they're really cool. What was this one called? Sorry, what were you just saying?
A solar flare flame angel is another one of those sort of like aberrant fish.
Flame angel fish. Solar flare. Hang on, I can't find. Oh, actually, no, actually, it looks a little bit like it's like a diluted angel, flame angel. Is that it?
1 second, I'll look at something else. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's got no black stripes.
Yeah,
and it's got no black stripes. And I know it's like not as nice, I would say, as like a normal one because it doesn't have the blue. It doesn't. But in terms of like a cool fish, that is one that I would buy. I don't know what their costs are, but I assume they're expensive.
Yeah, they're all right. I don't hate that, but I wouldn't. I don't know. It looks a little bit like a paprika flavored Pringle.
Okay.
To me,
I'm sure that's what
it's a good thing because they're bloody delicious. But yeah, it's cool, but I'd rather have a flame.
I had the weirdest thought today while I was driving, and I don't like. You'll laugh when I say this. Why? You're like, why would you even think this? All these fish out there are swimming around the ocean. There'll be a solar flare angelfish out there somewhere, swimming around, not having any idea how desirable it is, how valuable it is. Do you see what I mean? It's like
you want to find it and give it a confidence boost and tell it.
It's the reason I was thinking this because some fish are seen as like showpiece fish, and some fish are just seen as average fish. So you go you got a gem tang, everyone's like, oh, gem tang's nice. Scopus tang, meh. In the world, do Scopus tangs realize that everyone goes meh to them? You see what I mean? It was a weird thought.
It was a weird thought, yeah.
Whereas I assume there is no sort of hierarchy in the ocean with regards to how they perceive themselves. I think they just do their thing. But yeah, I don't know why I said that. Which as I said, I was just driving, and that's what I thought. So
okay.
I love how you're not saying anything because you're like, how long can I stay silent?
Like, what do I say? Where do I go with that?
You understand? You understand?
No, I get it. Yeah.
The reason
fish don't think about.
It's because the personifer, or the white ones. Yeah, they're like 15 to 20 grand. And that fish, they've swum out of the ocean having no idea how valuable they are.
Well, yeah, it's a fish.
Like, fine. Yeah.
They're cool. Oh,
yeah, they are. What's Ryan smoking?
Yeah, this is a good question. It's a very good question. But they are cool, actually.
That's a cool angel. You see the blue one? I'm not familiar with what that is. Blue. No, there's one blue with stripes and the yellow head. Yeah, that. I'm assuming that's a fish that doesn't get collected for the aquarium hobby. There's a few angels that aren't collected.
It looks like maybe that's a hybrid. It looks a bit like the Japanese. It's got a hint of that. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to be able to find it. Oh, here we go. Oh, Semicintus.
Never even heard of that.
Half-banded, and that's
probably the female.
That is the female.
I reckon that they aren't collected for the hobby, or they are collected and they're like 50 grand.
Lord Howe Islands. Half-banded angelfish is named for its vertical bands. It's endemic to the Lord Howe Island near Queensland, Australia. 65 feet deep. What's the problem? I wonder if they're endangered. I'm going to go and get one. And again, it's only 65 feet. I can do that in 10 minutes. Yeah. Grab one. I'll sell it to you for £1,000. Actually, that'd be a bargain. It cost me more than that to get the plane. Cool. What does Waterbox then? What's going on with the Waterbox? Is it just if obviously you're busy at the moment? If you didn't have that, would you be doing anything with it if you had time?
Yeah. Look, I am like full on non-stop all day, every day from the moment I wake up till like 10 o'clock at night while I'm watching TV. I'm taking the pictures off the camera, putting on a black background. It's like I am full on all the time. With the auction site, you have to realize like I'm shipping out sometimes like 30 boxes in one go, and 30 boxes takes a long time to ship. You have to make even just putting the labels and preparing all the heat packs and sticking all the addresses on. It just all takes time. So the Waterbox at the moment, I am slowly but surely gathering fish and putting like fish in there that I like. As I said, some of the fish went into the coral farm and I've moved them back. And I'm also getting a couple of new ones and stuff like that. I just, I love the fact I don't have to do anything with it. That's the honest answer. like it doesn't matter if I do a water change because the fish don't care. Like the nutrient levels aren't crazy.
Yeah,
In fact, it's good because they're slowly getting higher and higher. And what killed the coral in there before was that the nutrients were too low. So it really is like perfect now for coral, other than the fact I've got angelfish in there. But the farm is just like it is ridiculously rammed, and I've got huge colonies that need to be fragged. Like I don't have like you might see in a shop like 3 pieces of Raja Rampage. I've got like 60. So and that takes up like a big portion of the rack. Because I think the racks hold like 140 corals each. So 60 frags on 140 rack takes up a big portion of it. And yeah, but obviously as soon as Aqua comes around, I will sell a huge amount of coral, and then the farm will look far more empty. Yeah. And the other good thing is that like I'm increasing the variety of the corals that I've put on the auction site as well. So like some of the corals that I fragged a couple of weeks ago are now going on there. So, or 3 weeks ago are now going on there. So you have to like think ahead of time. Because the other thing to keep people interested, you have to there's a few corals where I've got so many of them, I just put them on every single week. And if they sell, great. And if they don't, I don't care. And there's some corals where I'm just adding to, like I've got Forest Fire on there, Bubblegum Digi, which hasn't been on there before. There's a few different challenges. I think there's a Goni that's not been on there. And obviously like big LPS, like trackies and scolies, obviously I have to go get those. I don't grow them myself, but yeah, it's doing better than I expected it would do. It will be even better once other people are on there. That's so. But I've got off on a tangent. Yeah, going back to the water box, I took the corals out. The corals that I took out are in the farm in a separate tank, and they've grown significantly. So it's the same corals, if you see what I mean, from the video I last did. They'll just look much bigger when I put them back in. So I don't feel like I've cheated because I've grown them and they're the same corals. So why does it matter? But yeah, it will. The other thing is like, when I went to Aqua last year, I put all the corals in. When I went to Aqua last year, I came back and they were all dead. And the reason they were all dead was because the nutrients hit 0. And I'm just like, do I want to just do this after Aqua? And then like. It's just it's a lot of work maintaining 3 tanks.
You'll have a bit of time on your hands after Aqua as well.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put my feet up.
You will.
But the what was I going to say? You shut down your other tank, or you are shutting down your tank, I believe, because I can see it's fine. It's not shut down yet. Yeah. I wasn't here at the end of last week, so I don't know what you said or why you were shutting it down. But I pretty much think that you just are tired of looking after multiple tanks. Is that correct?
Kind of. So I'm upgrading at some point. There's there's the Neptunian Cube Peninsula tank that I got my eye on. It's not out yet. I don't know when it's going to be out, but I've seen it knocking around on Instagram and whatever. So whenever they bring that out, I'll buy one. Probably anyway. I was looking at other tanks this weekend, actually. Funny. But I was the plan is to upgrade to that, and I could if I was going to transfer all my livestock over, I would have had to have broken this tank down, moved it to a different room, and then it'd be a pain in the backside. And I'm stripping this room down to redecorate as well at some point. So it would have been a massive hassle. So instead, what I'm going to do, I just decided, you know what, I'll break this down. The new tank I'll start from scratch, and in the meantime, I'll have a few months where I've only got half the maintenance, so one tank to look after, and then I can just put all my effort into that. And it's easy.
You might enjoy it too much. You might be like, one tank, perfect, I'm happy.
I do enjoy it already. I really
What's
do.
happening? Well, that's the thing with the water box. The moment I put coral in it, it becomes a problem. And I say, look, I have technically 4 systems that I have to maintain, and 4 systems is a lot. So having that tank where you, like, if I do a water change this week, great. If I don't do it and I do it in 3 weeks' time, no one cares. The fish don't care. The rocks. There is actually one coral in there. There is a dragon sulfavia, which I scraped off the rock, and then like one cell grew back into a small piece. So corals can survive in it. I just I don't want the hassle at the moment. Is the honest answer.
Totally. That's the same with me, and it's it's filling up 2 lots of freshwater reservoirs. It's doing 2 lots of water changes, 2 lots of tests, 2 lots of dosing liquids, 2 lots of calibrating stuff. Just everything. It all adds up, and it sounds. It doesn't sound that bad, and it can't. It's not that heavy. But sometimes I just like, oh, you know what? It's just too much, and then I neglect one, and then because I don't want it, I can't face spending time doing it. I neglect both. So,
and it is like, if it becomes a chore, it's no longer a hobby. A hobby is something that you love doing. Like, and as part of me, I don't really see, this is the problem when you have a YouTube channel. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I'd probably put pufferfish in it and like a few different like things, whereas people are expecting me to turn into a beautiful reef tank. And
on that subject though, so I've done, I've taken down the AI blades that were on this tank.
Yeah.
And when I took them down, I turned the kettle. It's a kettle in A360X. I took the opportunity to turn the kettle up because obviously I'm losing light. And I wanted it, and suddenly, have just the kettle on its own looks so good. The shimmer, oh man, it looks so good. I know you're rolling your eyes.
Oh my god! You're like, get over kettles.
No, I won't. And the Red Sea lights are the same. I have the last hour of the day, I just have Red Sea lights on my main tank, no AI blades. And actually, the Red Sea do blue better than the kettle do. I wonder if I might have been better off just having Red Sea. Anyway, so when I turned the kettle up and took the AI blades off, I was like, and now the water's crystal clear as well. It just looks so good that I was thinking, well, I could just put a Toby puffer in there, and because it's just a couple of bubble tip anemones in there, so who cares if he gets them? Or I could then like had a list of like the 2 what they call the green spotted filefish. And I was like, well, I could just get 2 of them, and I could just do this. And it's so tempting. But in a month down the line, I'd be like, oh god, I've got to look after it and all that stuff.
See, I could easily put soft corals in there. Although actually some of the angels might eat them, so maybe I couldn't put soft corals. Are actually like angels eat soft corals.
Oh, really?
Like they're one of the more likely, like things like toadstools are more likely to be eaten than like a frog spawn. Yeah. As it obviously
that's disappointing because that was my plan with a regal angel and soft corals.
I don't know which angel it is, and it might actually be a regal angel, but obviously one of my customers has a massive tank with like 50 full adult angelfish in it, and he can keep hammer corals and he can keep frog spawns. He cannot keep toadstools because one of the angels eats them. There's usually like one will eat mushrooms, one will eat toadstools, one will eat so it's like the entirety of that you can't have because of that one fish, but it just depends on which type of angel that's eating it, and you might get lucky. So,
well, I'm still going to do it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So, but yeah, no, it is tempting, and it's just I do think that it would be fun to have various pets. And I've also thought about I bought a tank about 18 months ago, a freshwater tank, and the plan was it's a 50 litre, same size as a Fluval Evo basically. The plan was to make how to set up a saltwater aquarium video at the start of the year, because that's a good time to do it, put a load of effort into it, but do it how to set up a saltwater aquarium video using a freshwater tank, which I think is going to be a popular way of getting into the hobby because it's quite cheap.
That's
and not most people, but lots of people will have a freshwater tank and they'll want to go into saltwater, and people think, well, can you do it? The answer is yes, you can. There's no magic in the glass for a saltwater tank. So I might do that at some point, but I was thinking, oh, well, I could use that and I could put up here on a stand, and then I could put a mantis. They've got a mantis shrimp at Reef Keeper. I was like, oh, I could put one.
I know they're tempting, aren't they? I know,
because I've watched Amy does some stuff on TikTok or on Instagram anyway, a lot lately, and it's such a personable animal. Like that's a proper pet. It interacts with you and stuff. Yeah, would be cool.
I think she makes it interact.
Where
it interacts rather than it. You see what I mean? Like,
I'll just throw a mussel in there or whatever. And then
that's what I mean. If you throw them, and walk away, then it's not something you interact with. Whereas she actually does interact with it. So
but yeah, I don't know. I'm still tempted, but the plan is still to shut it down and have a few months of just chilling. But if I'm hoping to shut that down tomorrow, I might not get around to it. But if you suddenly see there's a new tank behind me with a mantis shrimp, don't be surprised. I was looking on the Charthouse website this weekend at various other tanks that would fit there as well nicely.
I think you have to order mantis shrimp specially. Like you can't just go down to your local fish shop and grab one. Because even at the wholesale, they're usually reserved. If you like, I've seen a couple, like you hardly ever see them, and it usually says reserves. Sometimes I see an octopus as well, and that also says reserved on it. So you can get these things, but you have to like custom order them. So
that's fine. I'd be up for that. I don't know if it's a good idea, and it's just that this is like I say. I also thought about there was a the Red Sea Max Nano XXL, which is an 1,800 quid tank, and even that I was looking at going, oh, that'd be cool. So I'm not just about to do it, but as
I said, part of me thinks it would be cool just to put pufferfish in there because pufferfish are cool. I'd never have like a lionfish. Pufferfish are like really personable. They're interesting to watch. And if you got a small one, the only issue I have with pufferfish, I had a porcupine pufferfish, and it was one of the worst fish I ever had. They're not normally like this, but this one would go around taking chunks out of other fish at night. So while they're asleep, it's funny the things that you come across that. So I remember I had a massive sailfin tank, like a really, really big one, and I had these semicircle moons cut out of it. Like not out of the fin, just like chunks out of the side of it. And I took it to the fish shop, and the fish shop went, is this disease or that disease? This is what you need to buy for it. Then one night I was sitting there watching the tank after dark, and you see this little fish just come like this big, and like probably about an inch and a half, or like, and then against this like 6-inch sailfin, and it just takes a chunk out the side of it, and I'm like, you are awful. Anyway. I took it back to the fish shop where they kindly accepted it for me, and they gave me credit for it. And they stupidly put it in a tank with 2 clownfish, and it immediately ate them. So it's like
you told them that it ate fish,
they knew,
and they then
Okay. So it immediately.
Wait, what kind of puffer was it? You say it was porcupine?
It's a porcupine, yeah.
And a baby porcupine.
Yeah, tiny one. Yeah. But that is really that's unusual for them, I believe. Yeah. They're meant to be very peaceful. So. Yeah,
well, actually. So when I briefly had the Reef Casa tank set up, I shouldn't have got rid of that. Actually, that would have been cool to keep. It was a nice little tank. When I had that set up, I put a mimic filefish in it, which is the Toby puffer. It's a filefish mimicking a Toby puffer. It was such a cool fish.
They had loads of
this. There's one in Reef Keeper this weekend. But they like at night it will grab onto something with its teeth like a coral or whatever. And then like anchor itself to that. They're so cool. Yeah. So I want something like that. I might get a Toby puffer or something. I don't know. But
they will eat coral, won't they? Is that correct? Or
fine, knock yourself out, mate. Don't care. Yeah.
Oh wait, as in you're happy for eat coral?
So the plan is to put a load of softies in, and with a bit of luck, they'll be okay. If they're not, I'll buy a different kind of coral. I'm not going to be putting in £5,000 torches. Not that I'd spend £5,000 on a torch, but you know what I mean. It's not. It's just going to try to be basic, quite a white light spectrum, because the Kessel looks, Kessel Red Sea, whatever I go for, or the AI, whatever it's called. Look, the shimmer looks better under white light. Anyway. But yeah, that's the plan. Let me tell you why my water is so crystal clear on that point. Then. So the thumbnail for this video and the live and the podcast, it's not edited at all. I didn't touch it. I just took a photo. Good camera, but I just took the photo. That's it. That's how it came out. And the water, I don't know if it comes across that well on the photo, but it's amazing. The clarity in that tank is just incredible. And suddenly I found myself looking at it the other day. I was like, I can see the back of the glass, like every microscopic little tiny bit. I didn't realize the water wasn't crystal clear.
Yeah.
And now it's absolutely crystal clear. And the simple fact, and this you're going to be upset now.
This is not ozone.
No ozone. It's not UV. I've turned the UV sterilizers off. Okay. There is the Bubble Makers filter roller running, and that is part of it because that is pulling out whatever. But I'm not putting any food in because there's no fish in there. And suddenly, when you've got no fish and no food in, I know.
Yeah.
Wow, now people are like, I clicked on this to find out about the secret to clarity.
This is what people usually comment. 40 minutes I waited to hear the thing.
Yeah, I got you. But that's it. It's amazing. I just thought that's it. It's just because partly the filter roller is filtering out anything that's in there already. But obviously,
Oh.
it's putting fish food in. Clickbait, exactly. But just not putting fish food in makes a world of difference. Obviously, you can't have a tank like that. You could coral zone if you were dosing nitrate and phosphate. But if you were to reduce the amount of food you're putting in, it would help. But then you don't want to underfeed your fish. And actually, I'm trying to feed more in my main tank, if anything. So, but it's just the water is just so clear. It's just epic. I love it.
Well, that was worth me seeing here, wasn't it?
I know.
I was really excited. I was like, oh, what could this be?
There you go. Like I said, Alexander Fleming and Reef Dork.
I wonder if the food is because is creating like a slight bacterial bloom, if you see what I mean, which is why it is less clear potentially. I don't know. I'm just interested. Yeah. The fish will be stirring up the sand, even whether you like it or not. They'll be doing a little bit. I think
this is what dissolved organics, isn't it? That's because that's what activated carbon removes. Yeah. So if you put a ton of activated carbon in, it does the same thing.
Okay.
So it's making. I think it's like. No, it's putting like yellow tanniny. It's pulling out yellow tannins basically. I don't think it's bacteria. I don't think that's right, but I do run ozone on my main tank. Although actually I turned that off a little while ago, and I didn't notice a massive difference. Maybe if I turn it back on now, I would notice a difference.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing it properly. I didn't have an ORP controller, and I need to get one of those. Really, I think you probably should run one of those. But ozone does do great work. The filter roller, that's the other thing. Although not putting food in there is the main cause of it. Before when I took all the fish out, there was stuff in the water that needed to be filtered out, and that filter roller is polishing the water. So it's just that when you feed, you put in too much for it to cope with.
Yeah.
But there we go. Yeah, 2 hours to switch back to Emmerdale.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
But just there you go. That's the secret. I'm afraid it's your click has been baited. Sorry, but it's just amazing. It looks so good. I want now a tank with no fish in it. But it'll only be a matter of time before the nitrates and phosphates bottom out. Might have already done so. I haven't tested, but it's getting shut down soon anyway. So
I wonder how long that would take. As in, does it happen? Yeah. Is it like alkalinity where it just plummets if you stop dosing and you've got corals in there, or is it something that's like?
Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, so I've got a few corals in there. I've got a rock flower anemone and a couple of bubble tip anemones, and they're looking as healthy as ever. Yeah. But if I left it a month, maybe that wouldn't be the same story. I've got that big old GSP. I'm trying to sell it. I don't really know what to do with it. I might have to put it in my main tank.
I had a look at your Ultimate Reef.
Did you? What do you think of that hammer?
It's all right.
Oh, right. It's so
all right.
Nice.
Is it sold?
Oh,
I didn't look how much things were. I was just interested if you had something that was like a chalice or something that I'd want, if you see what I mean. That's what I was looking at.
When did you look at the photo? When did you look at that?
I think after last week. I can't remember.
Because I uploaded another photo. I looked. I did a top-down shot under blues, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just I put that on there thinking this will go immediately because it's.
You have to remember, I see loads and loads of corals, so you have to show me something weird and brown and not interesting for me to go. Well, that's interesting.
But I put it on there thinking this is so nice that everyone will snap it up, and that hasn't happened. Yeah. But so this is the main photo, right?
Can we have a poll?
Closer photo. No poll. That's what it looks like. A bit zoomed out. But the one that I took a photo, when you look top down under blues. Yeah, man, it's like it's got hologram hammer kind of things. It's just
that one. It looks similar to like a gold hammer. It's got an interesting but like a very subtly gold hammer. Some of them are like properly vibrant, whereas that's like almost green.
To me that's really unusual. I'm delighted that I've got it, and I wouldn't sell the colour anyway.
I think this isn't evidence of you thinking that the colour of a coral is different to what other people see as that colour of the coral. It's not evidence. No, just hypothetically, I just wasn't sure if that was a thing or not. So.
Hypothetically, it is not evidence of that. Okay. But I've also gone back to on the main tank. I've gone back to I've been dosing lanthanum chloride to get rid of phosphate, to control phosphate. And it's been working really well, to be fair.
Hey, magic! I love it.
It is. But I've switched back to FuzzyX, nice FuzzyX, and GFO basically.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to go back to everything that's worked in the past and eliminate anything that's that's a little bit funky and that sort of stuff. But I do like the what's it called? Blue Life Flux RX, I think it's called. Phosphate RX. I do like Lanthanum. It works really well, and you just put in a drop, and then your filter roller goes, and your phosphate goes down.
I cannot get my head around how that actually works, because it's like that drop's only touching a very small portion of the water.
Exactly.
So how does it affect all of the rest of the water?
Exactly. It makes no sense.
And I don't get how, like, someone like, it's good because sometimes it's in these live streams, someone then will contact me and go, oh, just so you know, this is how it works. But like, it's something I just cannot fathom or get my head around.
Doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't.
So,
but anyway, we're going to do member questions now.
Okay.
There are there are 2 questions, one of which is a comment.
Okay.
And it's a comment on the title of this video. I accidentally discovered the secret to perfect water clarity. And the comment from Mungo's Reef is just before you shut it down, the irony. But I discovered it because I'm shutting it down. So there you go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not something you'll be able to. It's not some information that you or anyone else will ever be able to use. Really,
completely and utterly useless. But I have discovered it. And the other one is from Edward. He says he recently had childcare issues that kept him from his LFS for a while. Only significant difference was that I used a purified by reverse osmosis and ozonated water for my grocery store. He's based in America. I'm just taking a wild guess. Both for ATO and calc. So basically store-bought water, which was cooled, purified by reverse osmosis and ozonated, whatever that means. It's a bit vague. What does that mean? That sounds like it's just RO water and they've run it through an ozone generator. Anyway, and he said, not sure if that's if there's a correlation there, but I no longer have a Pandora Zoa infestation. Oh dear, they got obliterated. He had problems basically because they took a sample from my ICP and my testing, then did a 33% water change. It's on a 75-gallon tank, plus activated carbon and a polypad, polyfilter stuff. My HANA checkers gave me nitrate of 17.6, alk of 6.1, calcium 490, magnesium 1260. The question is there anything specific you think that will show up on the ICP that might account for this Pandora specific regression? PS, achievement unlocked. Cyano finally popped up after 2.5 years. I'm surprised with those parameters that you got a cyano popping up. Which kind of ICP test have you done? Have you done one that tests your RO water and your tank water, or just your tank water? Because
it would have been better if they replied if they sent a message in next week going, "This is my ICP test. These are the results. Could these results contribute to that?" For example, I think iodine is meant to have a significant effect on zoas, I believe. So if it came back saying low iodine, maybe. But what other fish are in the tank? Could anything be eating them? But look, just be happy they're gone. They're like the worst.
Do you know what are they not fancy ones? I thought Pandoras
are light brown.
Oh really? Oh well, result. Those ones. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I don't think he's saying yippee, they're gone. I think he's saying, why are these gone? If I get some new zoas, I don't want the same thing to happen.
Yeah. What would have caused that then? Could it have been this? I mean, if it's purified by reverse osmosis and ozonated, that might have anything in it, to be fair. It's tap water that's been run through an RO filter, which is not great. So it could have been that, I suppose. But I don't know. What is there anything that you saw in the parameters that you thought, oh, that's a kryptonite for zoas? They're a little bit up and down, to be fair, but
zoas are pretty. You can ship zoas in the post without any water. Like if you're killing zoas, something's wrong if you're killing zoas. But but the IC, we're just two idiots that are like guessing, if you see what I mean. Like if they came back and said, look, these are the results, this is what it could be. Do you think one of these trace elements could cause it? Then I would probably have more insight then, if you see what I mean.
Do that. Post your ICP tests on the or email to me, thereefdork@hotmail.com. I don't check that very often, to be honest. I'll probably miss it now I've said that. But post them on the
Put it
Prestige
on
Reef
the
Talk.
Facebook page.
Put it on the Facebook page, otherwise I'll miss it. Put it on the Prestige Reef Talk Show Facebook page, and we'll have a look. We'll come back to you next week. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird if suddenly all the Zoas disappear. Maybe it was. Maybe there was something in that water, the store-bought water. I don't know. But there you go. Those are the members' questions.
Have you noticed there's like a little hidden question that's not questions from Tom? Just says evening. Looking forward to seeing you at Aqua. He says it's a like member for 31 months. It's in the starred section.
Oh right.
I don't know if you saw that.
That's not a member question. That's just a yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for the 31 months of membership support, by the way. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you at Aqua. Yeah, it's very soon now. A month, 22nd, I think it is, of September.
Well, it's starting to like. I'm actually starting to get nervous now. I know I know it's a month away, but I'm actually way more prepared this time. But I have a list of things I need to buy, like it's just the simplest things: fish bags of different sizes, elastic bands. Like I've got these weird, there's some sort of nuts that I've got these weird nuts. Probably not the statements. They're like locking nuts to fix the light system together, which I have run out of, so I've managed to make one light stand. See, you have to think of everything before you go.
T-slot nuts like this.
That's not what it is, but that actually might work better
for this.
Yes, it is to connect those together, but that's not what it. Maybe that. Yeah, but how does that connect? How does that connect to if I want to put another T-slot thing to it? We can talk about it.
Yeah. This was my bracket for the AI blades on that tank behind me.
But yeah, it's so I've all of the all of that sort of stuff. The aluminium frames have turned up, even just like tablecloths, because I've realized that I've got four tables, and having 1 6-foot tablecloth does not cover it. So I've got to buy I've got to buy another. This is not good, is it? 7 of them, I think. Is that right? Yeah, 7. Yeah, let's just say 7.
It's funny then the volume of stuff you've got to end up buying.
Oh my god, it's just insane, and the cost of everything is just so much. Obviously, last year they kindly provided. Remember the deal? They said to me, "Will you come have a stand?" And I said no, and they went, "We'll provide the stand." And I was like, as in like the tank. Yeah. And I was like, okay, go on then. Well, obviously this year I wanted to do much bigger and better, so I had to like buy all my own stuff, and it will pay for itself, providing that it happens year after year. It will pay for itself, but it's just it's a tremendous expense to go in one go. If you see what I mean. So, but as I said, it is coming. I'm looking forward to it so much because hopefully I've learned from last year. Like I'm taking 36 25-liter barrels. An entire van is required just for 36 barrels because that's heavy. But this year I'm taking all of the water all of my own water this year is coming directly out of the.
Do they not provide water at the thing?
They did, but you'll notice that the one thing that everyone had was everyone had a bacterial bloom. Now mine was less than everyone else's, and I don't know why. I did have a UV sterilizer, and there was a couple of other things that I did.
A little surface skimmer, didn't you?
I had a surface skimmer, although that was rubbish. I think I'll take it again, but I don't think it worked very well. But yeah, I think I definitely think the bacterial bloom is the one thing that I want to try to avoid this year, and I'm doing everything I can to try to think of how to avoid it. And I think that when you're mixing, because what actually happened, I took water out of system 1 in the farm, water out of system 2, and then when you get there, you just have all these containers. You just pour them all into the same tank. So the chances are I was mixing water from the 2 different coral farms, coral systems. Whereas this year, I'm going to have little stickers on each of the containers to go, right, this came out of system 1, this came out of system 2. So I know not to mix the water because that could have been what caused the bacterial bloom. Although everyone had it, so maybe it wasn't that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's, I'm just really trying. And the other thing, if I don't think this is going to happen, but if ever, and I would never do it on my own, if ever we went, let's just put on a small scale, I'd only do it with you if you see what I mean. Like meetup where people can come and sell their coral. Yeah, I got 4 tanks and 4 stands, and I got a village hall next to where I live. If you see what I mean. So people could bring their own corals, and rent a tank or whatever, and then you get people there. That's what they do in America.
How much does it cost to rent out that village hall? Is it cheap?
I don't think
it's not expensive.
People do it for
village
birthday
halls
parties.
Yeah, village halls are generally there because it's for the community. They're not trying to make a profit. I think it's quite cheap.
Yeah.
There's one up the road from me as well, actually.
So yeah, I just think because the biggest issue people will have, they're not worried about having bringing corals to sell. They're worried about having a tank to sell it in.
Yeah.
That was my problem. Was if I got 4 of them and other people are willing to bring their own or whatever, it's just an idea. Just an idea. It would be nothing on the scale of like Love to Reef, nothing on the scale of Aqua. It's just like a little thing that for a few hours of the weekend. That's what they do in America. They're like these small scale frag swaps that people come to, and it's just another thing that could potentially build the hobby.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Yeah, so an idea.
Is there a Prestige Reef Fish of the Week? There is. I know there is. I've got
yes. Now I got this Fish of the Week off. So on Reef Builders, they showed a book which was the fish that are in Sydney Harbour. And Sydney Harbour, you imagine, is this like derelict place of where like this of filth and like, you know, think of all the boats. And you've been to Sydney, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
The traffic from the boats is insane there, and they even have like cruise liners there. So you imagine that like it must be super polluted. But they've done a book of the fish that live there, and this was on the front cover, and it is an eastern cleaner clingfish, is what this is, I believe. I had to Google it, and I just thought that now you know how people change the colors of their corals to make them look fancier. I think they've done that with this fish, because every other example of this fish it looks like that.
Even then, look at his smiley little face. That's still, even if this is what it actually looks like, that's still a really cool fish.
And let's see if you can work out, if there's one person that you could think of that would own this fish, who do you think it would be? Who's the one person? No, who's the one person that likes weird fish that no one else wants?
I don't know.
It's Amy. She already has a clingfish, doesn't she?
Does she? Really?
Yeah, she's already got. She's got like a black and white one, like a really thin black and white one. There's a few different types of clingfish, but when I saw it, I just thought that's cool. I don't think it's part in the hobby. I don't even know if we get. Do we get fish from Australia? I know we get coral from Australia.
We get Australian stripies. Are they from Australia?
So that was a stupid question. They do, because Cairns Marine have a fish section, so they must be shipping them somewhere. Okay. But yeah, so maybe
I've just found another picture. It's stuck to the side of this massive damselfish. It's like and on the shark's head, look at that. It's just like a cleaner fish, basically. Eastern clean. Oh, this is cleaner clingfish. It is. Yeah, that's its job. That's really cool. There it is there as well.
I just thought
they're wicked. I think that's my favourite Prestige Reef Fish of the Week for a long time.
Is it? I almost did the bicolor, but so which you hated.
Yeah, I'm glad.
But I just thought,
cool. Yeah.
I hadn't seen the fish before. It's probably not going to be something in the hobby. I don't know anything about it. It's probably difficult to keep because clingfish can be a bit temperamental. The one that Amy has, I think, eats the tube feet of urchins. So that's how you keep it alive.
I see.
But I just thought I'll show people a fish they hadn't seen before, and why not?
That's so funny. What else? The bumblebee shrimp do that as well. They eat tube feet of starfish and other echinoderms. Yeah. On the subject of the Sydney Harbour being polluted, though, so I reckon it might be the same as this, but the Thames, the River Thames in London, used to be really badly polluted just because of sewage. And they've now got it to the point we get all sorts of wildlife in there. They've got what they call the seahorses. They get everything, loads of stuff in there. It looks horrible because it's all silty and there's just boats going through, so it's constantly silting up. But it's actually good quality water now, especially since they've opened that. They've built a massive pit to fill with poo, basically, so it doesn't flow into the Thames. I can't remember what it's called.
It's worth getting that Reef Builders. It's worth getting that Reef Builders article up only because it's only, I think it's like the second or third thing down, and there's some really interesting fish on there that I've just never seen.
That looks like a leech. That's disgusting.
Wait,
no, it can't be that one.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's so that it's. I think it's the third thing on the homepage of Reef Builders.
Oh, this is a new one, is it?
Yeah. This came out like a couple of days ago, I think. So
okay.
And on the front cover, there's like it shows you some of the other fish that are in Sydney Harbour. They got frogfish in there. I know they have like seahorses are in there.
I see.
Yeah. So
I didn't even click on this story.
That damselfish, like see if you go to the very very top, the very very like keep going up.
Oh, that
sorry.
one. Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah. Because it's white, isn't it? That's cool. And there's a few other like there's obviously a filefish there of some sort that you like see with the very very first picture with the yellow and
yeah. Oh, he's quite cool.
Yeah. Then you got frogfish and
handfish. That's a handfish.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a frogfish. Yeah.
No, that's a handfish. They're cool.
That's obviously a pine cone fish, is it? Yeah, I think it's a pine cone.
Yeah,
fish.
Pineapples, pine cone. You might be right. That looks like a grouper of some kind.
Yeah,
I'll make the clue. That looks like a cichlid. That looks like a Malawi cichlid. That guy.
Yeah. So
this guy looks like AI'd put a butterfly fish into a Banggai card.
They're called something. They're called something wife fish, I think.
Wife fish.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got some sort of. Yeah, well, look at all those angelfish they're in there as well. So yeah, I think it's I think there's. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're one.
Wanatabi. Yeah,
that's the one.
Watanabe.
An underrated Genacanthus angel. I really like the females of those.
I find them a bit boring.
See, that's why. See what I mean by underrated.
yeah, because they're rubbish. I don't mind the Bellis angels, but even then, I'm not that fussed. Okay, that's quite cool. Yeah, there's some cool fish in Sydney Harbour. There you go.
There you go.
Who knew? And is there a Prestige Reef Coral of the Week?
Yes, I have gone for hammer coral, but I'm going for wall hammers. And the reason I'm going for wall hammers is because I know for some reason you killed the one that I had for ages. So I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what you did. Yeah, but people don't like wall hammers. And I understand why people don't like wall hammers because they go, if they die, then the whole thing dies and I'll lose But if you buy a single frag of a single head, if that dies, it potentially until it's grow a second head, the risk is equal. And by the time, let's put it this way, by the time it's grow a second head, if the wall coral's still alive, if you see what I mean, it takes just as long. But they are.
So this is for if you don't know, this is a wall hammer. A wall hammer is just it's all one polyp basically. Whereas a branching hammer, they pop off. They're like dozens of different individual polyps. But a wall hammer is just one big thing like this. And so the risk with them is if it starts dying, the whole thing goes. Whereas if it's a branching hammer, you're more likely to be okay.
The problem with wall hammers is that they're in the ocean. They're massive. Yeah. So what happens is people take like a machete to them, or a saw, or if they've got one of the, I don't know, it depends on what sort of technology they have.
Yeah.
And they'll just cut it in half, which it can survive that. I fragged them myself, and they were fine. But if it gets an infection, then obviously that's a problem. So it's one of those corals where I actually would argue wall hammers are nicer looking than branching. Pretty much all wall hammers, in my opinion, are nicer than pretty much all branching, other than maybe the holograms, which are a bit, but they're really, really nice. You do get good normal green ones, but you get like pearl scale ones and golds and oranges and like really vivid colors, which you just don't see as. I think you showed the one with the purple edge on it a minute ago that you don't see in normal. You
opened my eyes to these recently because I've always dismissed them just because, and then when I spent £100 on one, it died. Just saying, but that's not.
Let's just clarify something. Yeah, Alex bought the one which I had for months in the Waterbox, and it was doing fine. It wasn't like a new import one; it was completely fine. And Alex went, "I don't want that because I might kill it." And I went, "No, it's all right. It'll be fine." And then it happened, and I'd love to know what happened. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes
exactly, yeah. But but so I've always avoided them for that reason. But when you told me that they tend to be nicer, I started to pay a bit more attention. And you're right, they are nicer. So when you see them, they are, yeah. But the one that I'm selling, by the way, is branching. Just saying, and that's really nice. Although Ryan doesn't like it.
if you are going to buy one, the best thing to do, even if it's fully open, because they can look like they're fully open, you want to look at it, open, turn upside down, and see if there's a straight edge. I have some in the coral farm which are fully open at the moment, and they have a straight edge, and that means they've been cut. Sometimes you get them with round edges, and they're just small wall corals. So the round edge ones are the best ones you can get, because that is a complete wall. There's no cut in it. The other ones you might want to have a look, see if it's all right. You can't reserve a coral in the fish shop. You can ask them to, but I'll be honest with you, it's not fair, because if you reserve the coral and then 2 weeks later you come back and it's like half dead, they could have sold that to someone else, and maybe in a different way. Maybe in different water parameters.
Yeah, totally.
A shop tank is not the same as stable as a normal tank.
No.
So maybe in different water parameters it would be better. It's happened to me. I've reserved coral for people, and then all of a sudden it dies, and I'm like, and this is like a month later, and I'm like, I could have sold that probably like 15 times in the last month.
Yeah.
So don't ask to reserve corals, but if you're willing to risk it, if you see a coral you like, come back a week later. If it's still there, it's all right.
It's very true. There's really nice walling corals, actually. Look at the size of that bad boy.
Yeah. Isn't that like the largest hammer coral in captivity?
That's exactly what it says. Yeah.
There was this is just coming to my head. How old do you think the oldest clownfish is?
30, 35 years.
ORA, obviously, who breed clownfish, have a clownfish pair that they claim is 52 years old.
Whoa.
52. Now, could they have accidentally got the age wrong? I don't know. I don't know how long they've been going for, but it was in who is it? Who's the Canadian guy? Fragbox Corals. He did a visit to ORA, and they showed him these clownfish, and they went, "Oh yeah, we've had these, I think, since this date." And I worked out, and they were 52 years old.
Okay.
But interestingly, about like 18 years ago, when I first started, I said, "How long do fish live for?" And I remember someone saying to me, it stuck with me. Yeah, some clownfish are like 32 years old. Now, if you think about it, if you add 18 to 32, it's now 50.
Yeah, okay. There's a guy on Reef to Reef from 2016 saying his clownfish is 39 years old.
Yeah.
And that clownfish was called Harold.
Yeah. Good to know.
But interesting. So 25, 30 years is well, I was going to say not uncommon, is easily possible. It probably is quite uncommon. But 52, that's quite something.
The reason it's not common is because people are not in this hobby for that long.
Carpet surfing. No, that's true. Yeah.
And that is an issue. But clowns are pretty tough, aren't they? Like
but you'll break your tank down and sell it, and then
I wonder what happens to the clowns that I first had, which I sold. I mean, like they've probably been passed on to the next person, So, yeah.
Okay. Did you? Yeah. So sorry. So the coral of the week was the walling hammer, though, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. There you go.
Yeah. Are you considering others now that you've? Or have you like written them off now?
I am. I've spent so much money on corals the last couple of weeks, and I went into Reef Keeper yesterday, and I was like, I don't want to spend any money, and I spent another 100 and something quid, and there was another one I wanted that was 150 quid. I was like, I just can't. So I'm desperately trying to. The last few weekends, I bought that trackie from Jamie the other week. I bought more corals that weekend from.
And you bought acros,
Yeah. I just so many lately. I've got to. This is part of the reason I'm trying to sell stuff, and I'm getting like the AI blades I've taken down. The Cade I need to shut down because I want to sell the lights, all this stuff, because my credit card's on fire. Basically, I need to put it out. But yeah, no, I'm still up for that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, because it's not like I did the video I did this weekend was an update on my tank, the 1 year update basically, and actually I talk about the issues on the live stream, that sort of stuff, but most of the tank is fine. There are a couple of gunnies that are pissed off, which is no surprise, but actually most of the tank is doing really, really well. So it's not like if I buy a coral it's going to die the next week or whatever. So it's actually generally good. So yeah, I'm definitely up for buying more, but my credit card needs to stop smoking for a bit. before I spend any more money. I need to sell something before I buy something.
Has that tracking opened up properly now? Because you said that when I first spoke to you, you said it wasn't overly happy.
No, it's exactly as it was in when I saw it in the tank before I bought it.
Look, I will 100% guarantee you that was fully open the day before. As in, like,
oh, okay.
I
so you
saw
must
it.
Have just touched it or whatever.
I saw it. It was like massive. So I 100 and like I wouldn't.
Oh, that makes me feel worse because I was hoping that.
That's the reason I'm telling you, because like there's something it's not happy about if it's not opening up, and I don't think Jamie had literally moved those that morning when you took it.
Yeah, which is why it was upset. Okay. Well, I've got an ICP test coming back. I was sat there last week thinking, "Where's my bloody ICP test? ATI haven't got back to me. This is ridiculous." And I realised it was sat on my living room table, so I hadn't sent it off yet. so I've now sent it off, and it should get back. It should come back this week. So I'll see if there's anything in there. But it's fine, and it's not like receding or anything. But there's obviously it's not. I just
want
as happy as it should be.
We do this as hobbyists. We go, oh look, it's probably okay. Is it? Like, do you see what I mean? It's probably just annoyed about something. But the reason I'm saying is, you might want to find out what it is annoyed about. It could be flow.
I am.
Could be, you see what I mean?
Don't worry. I'm looking.
I know you know. It's just, well, you just said. I'm glad you told me, because otherwise I would think it was just annoyed as that's just what it was.
So I have thought about at some point, because you said that you'd look after it, or maybe it wasn't that one, but whatever. That if it gets worse, I might give you a shout and see if you can look after it. But we'll see. But for now, it's fine.
I'll put it in the Waterbox.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I said I'd look after Jamie's. I didn't say I'd look after your one.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but he was shutting his tank down.
So am I. No, look at the cake.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that. Look, you know me. I'll do it. Whatever you needed, I'll do for you anyway, wouldn't I? So
you haven't got space, to be fair. So
not at the moment. Not for how big I know that gets. Like that's a big coral. But it could potentially go in the water box. And the only fish I'd be concerned about is the multi-bar, because I've never tested with trackies. But the king eye hasn't eaten them, and he's been with trackies before. So
I trust it in my tank at the moment more than that. But anyway, all right. We are now going to move on to quite early, which is concerning the news. There's not a massive amount of news, Ryan. I've already done the first part of news, which was that Aqua H has announced Aquatic Emporium is going to Aqua. And it's the 19th, 20th and 21st of September, is it? Yeah, it is. So it's coming up really soon. Get your tickets at aquah.co.uk.
They haven't explicitly said this, so this might be wrong. So don't quote me on this. Remember, there's no facts here. But there is a possibility that the prices might be more expensive on the door, is all I'll say.
Oh, really?
I don't know for sure. It wasn't like that last year, but I think there's a possibility that they might, because people should book their tickets in advance, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
They need to know that. Firstly, they need that information, and the other thing is, it's like people. Like, I don't want to say something that's not correct, if you saw. So I'm hesitant, but people are in the same queue. Whether you bought your tickets on the door, or you bought them in advance, there should be two separate queues, is what it should be.
Yeah,
it should almost be like a fast track to get people through if you've already booked your ticket. I'm not saying they are going to do that.
But if you're thinking about going, book now. Get you to pay, buy your tickets now. Basically,
yeah,
it's better anyway. But.
And if you're thinking about going and staying there, like, you might be too late to get a hotel nearby.
Yeah, this is very true.
Because basically the closest one is Premier Inn. There's the closest, cheapest one.
Coventry
and
South,
and like plenty of people I know are booked in there already. But
this is the floor plan at the moment. It's pretty much, there are still some booths available, but it's pretty much rammed out. So yeah,
there's a lot more booths. There's more booths full this time than there was last time.
Yeah,
well,
way more. This is So there's all these stands up here weren't there before. These stands up here weren't there before, and I think this hall is bigger than the last one as well. So yeah, this is way bigger than before. Really good.
It'll be interesting to see the level of effort that people put in this year, because some people went like all out. Like D&D had a great stand, and there were some people that had a not so great stand.
Who had a shit stand, Ryan?
No, I'm not gonna say who had a shit, and it wasn't the coral, but it's like some people put loads of effort in and spent loads of money, like TMC and people like that, and then some people sort of just turned up. But I'd be interested to see if more effort from everyone has gone in this year, because it's almost like you hold each other accountable. Like I genuinely am doing everything to the max, because I want to be one of the, like last year everyone went, you were the best stand here. And I know you'll go, oh, you just say this, but that's what people said. Like for the corals, they went, you put a lot of work in and well done. And it was on social media and they were talking about on Ultra Reef. And it was nice. It was nice to hear. And I want that same thing this year. So to do the same thing, I have to up my game. And that's what I'm doing. So because it's not the first time anymore, which means a lot of other people will have upped their game this year, I think. So, and a lot of the stands, game if you're going. Yeah, a lot of the stands which had one like a corner section like mine last year have now doubled their size. So they're not messing around, if you see what I mean. Originally, I was like, oh, I'll just have the same size stand as last year, and I was like, wait a minute, other people are not having the same size stand. So it becomes like a competition. But yeah, it was one of the best days. I would say it was that weekend was one of the best, most stressful weekends of my life. It's like a combination of like really, really hard work and just so much fun. Like I get a different sort of experience, and it's sad that I don't get the same experience. And I think there's 7 people working on the stand this year. There's 8 people in total, but one person's doing Saturday, one person's doing Sunday. But what I've done this year is I've said, look, you let me know when you want to work, but like not work, but like help out, if you see what I mean, because you can go do I want you to experience the show. I'm sad that I don't get to experience it, and I don't want that for other people. But like when you're the captain of the ship, I ain't leaving that stand. if you see what I mean. Because last year everyone was like, "Oh, just like we can handle half an hour or an hour. Just go off and do that." I'm like, "Nope, I am here."
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like, if I wandered off for like, I don't know. See, the thing is, I walked around the stand before, like it opened. It's not the same. The buzz comes from the people, and it's like it's the same for you, isn't it? Like the people are what make the show.
Completely, yeah.
So seeing a load of empty stands, I was just like, it's not the same when you walk around at 7 a.m. before it opens. But yeah, I literally cannot wait. Like this is on my mind every single day. Every day, how can I be better? What can I take? If I see corals at the wholesaler, that I'm like, that would be a good piece to take. I'll buy it now and keep it for a month. I don't care. I've got coral that I'm taking there, which I've had for 3 months now. So, because it's something that people just won't have seen. So you'll have seen it because you've been to the farm. But
yeah.
And if you're one of my customers, the best thing you can, and you are going to the show, the best thing you can do, come and see me the week before Aqua. Because then you get to skip the queue. And I will have done all the fragging. I've got all the amazing corals in. You see what I mean? Because people are like, oh, I'll come see you at Aqua. I'm like, why? You come here anyway. Other than that, you got a queue with everyone. But yeah. So
there we go. The other piece of news is this is not strictly aquarium related.
Okay.
But it is.
I'll switch off now.
It is on Reef Builders, so
technically, is this the glass one?
It's the glass one. And so there's been like some science nerd in a lab or whatever has discovered self-healing glass.
Okay. Right. How does this work?
I don't know how it works, Ryan. I'm not a science nerd. But if you scratch it with your algae scraper, it fixes itself. Magic. Is that
actually? So I haven't read the article, but is that actually what it is?
There's a link to the paper. I'm not reading that. There's just no way. But yeah, that's supposedly what it does, and there are pictures of it with the crack, and then the crack being just going away basically. So
it would be good for windscreens.
It'd be good for what?
Windscreens for your car.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So this is self-healing glass has been discovered. This was not discovered by Waterbox. Okay, this was not Red Sea who were like, oh, we're going to put this in our next tank. So let's say, for the sake of argument, this was marketable on a commercial scale tomorrow, which it won't be. The next day, on Tuesday, you're not going to be able to order a Red Sea tank or a Waterbox or a Cade or whatever with self-healing glass. Won't be in 10 years' time. Might not even be in 20 years' time. It'll trickle down. It'll take a long time. But that's cool. Self-healing glass. If it scratches, no more scratches. What would be really cool is if they could make that stuff so it repels algae, so you don't have to scrape algae off it.
True.
Then I'm interested.
True. Yeah. That is true. I just wonder, like, how can an inanimate object which is not alive heal itself?
You get self-healing concrete. There's the science behind it.
I have heard of that before, but doesn't that like react with the air or something? So it's not really. It has to like react with something.
But glass is a liquid, technically.
Yeah. But wait. Basically, anything is a liquid if you heat it up enough.
Yeah, but no, I think it's. Look, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's not like a liquid in the same way water is a liquid. Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know how it works, but there you go. It's cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. Nothing happens in the summer in our hobby. I was going to put together an email anyone I know who works for a distributor or a manufacturer, and just or get emails for everybody and just email them and say, look, if you want to talk about something, you want to get something publicized that's coming out, tell me about it. You could give me a what's not the moratorium, what's the word when you can give me a deadline and say, whatever it is. That's not the word I was looking for. I'll remember it. Give me a deadline. Say, don't talk about it before this date, and I'll put it on the news. And this doesn't have to be the first. It can be like if you want to post it on Facebook on the Friday and we talk about it on the Sunday. I'm not after first dibs. But if I was going to do that and just say, look, just send me something, and this can be like a news thing, because if the news websites are quieter, why don't you look to another source? But the main reason that's not happening at the moment is because there is no news. So it's not just because Jeremy Gay's doing other things. Because nothing's happening. No one's making stuff. So but if you do want to send me news, then please do. What's the word? Oh God, when you say don't do something before this date. Oh God, I can't remember. Embargo. That's the word. Embargo. Okay. Oh, thank you.
I had no idea if that was the right word. Literally no idea. I just shouted the word out that I thought
pulled it out of nowhere. Well, I like it. But there we go. That is right. It's an hour and 22, and that's it. We're done. Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
And I tried to drag my stuff out, so
I know. But there we go. I am gonna end anyway, because I was up to midnight working on a motorbike video last night, so I'm tired. But thank you all for joining, guys, and we'll be back next week.
Right. See you later.